We're going to do some, our big coach being today on Monday, man. We're going to do a little NBA talk today, man. Because Tuesday the show kind of full, so we got a lot.
Yeah, we full.
We full.
We like Atlanta. We full. Don't move here.
And then we're going to do our Crush recap, man. But we got to give a shout out to our man, the Crush intro. It's brought to you by Hard Work Apparel, boy. Everybody was talking about them hats yesterday.
Everybody, yes, sir. Hey, man, I like that hat, man. I like that hat.
Hard Work Apparel was designed to unlike the psychological elements of dry design and determination. That's that 3D effect, which is necessary to push your body and mind into its optimal level of performance. Once you wear Hard Work Apparel, you will subliminally feel obligated to work at a high level. Please visit www.hardwork, that's HARDWURK.com for more information. And what's the motto, Maceo?
Hard work ain't easy, baby.
Hard work ain't easy. And we just want to say thank you again to the Tolbert Family Spade Foundation.
Yes.
Great event yesterday. I'm not used to open bars much in my life. And hors d'oeuvres and pork belly this and scallions and all that. We got it all yesterday, man.
Hey, man. When you go to big time events, that's what big time events
is
like, man.
That was.
So you've been to some big time events in your life, man. Come on now.
I ain't see, make sure we try not to be starstruck, but two of your favorite receivers walked in the door yesterday, man.
Hey, man, listen, man, and like I say, Sterling loved me up, man.
Yeah, he came in, boy.
Yeah, man, he was geeked.
He was geeked up. We ain't see him much, though.
Deuce!
Sterling Sharp was in the building.
Sterling Sharp is quietly, y'all, my guy.
Yeah. Steve Smith stopped there. Steve Smith, I got more respect for him, because he ain't that big of a dude, man.
Oh, no, Steve Smith a little fella, man.
Yeah, but he put them things.
Little fella, man. He a dog, though.
He was telling us yesterday, I might not do sunset, but you mess with me during practice.
Yeah. I do some things. But that's why he had a successful NFL career,
Absolutely,
man. And it's always good just to be able to sit down and just talk and pick these guys' brain, man. I mean, it give you a different perspective on a lot of stuff. 'Cause we see stuff one way, but they see it totally different because they've actually been in those wars, man. Like I say, real refreshing to just hear Steve Smith's perspective on receivers.
The only thing, man, I'm trying not to be a hater, man, but I've seen the Carolina Panthers coach more than I've seen Atlanta Falcons players.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be funny. You have more access to the Carolina Panthers than you do the Atlanta Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons have stood you up twice. So I mean, just do with that what you want to. Man. But that's your team.
But if somebody say something, if I go to another team, they mad at me. You ain't real. Well, what am I supposed to do?
Well, all I know is I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that, man. Yeah. Hey, man, we about to come back, man. We're gonna jump into this hot topic. Stay with us.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir. Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on the vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
It helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance, too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hot topics.
We're going to the hot topic brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dancy. If your smile isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin Dancy has been practicing dentistry for over 16 years in beautiful Southwest Atlanta. His office is located at 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment at 678-836-2118. 678-836-2118. I mean, see, I know we get tired of talking about this topic, man, but we haven't had a chance to, I always like what the crush gonna say about it. I mean, LeVar Ball and his shoes. The laughing, everybody's laughing, and then you got some people who saying, $495 and $250 for some sliders. Man can charge what he want to.
It's his business.
His business. I think what everybody now is want to say is, because we call a picture of him wearing, his kids went with Adidas.
Yeah, they had on Jordans, they had on Adidas, they had on everything, but the Lonzo Balls.
The Lonzo Ball. What's your thoughts, man, on just overall LeVar coming out with his own shoe?
I mean, I like the idea. I mean, this is the first time that you have a guy who is trying to corner the market.
Yeah.
Why get this regular shoe deal when I can create a brand, I can be the brand, and I can keep all the money? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, shoe company offers you a shoe deal.
Right.
They're only going to give you so much of this and a percentage of this. Shoe company going to always be rich.
Yeah.
So, in his point, he like, listen, my son could potentially be a star.
Right.
Let's create a market for ourselves.
Yeah. And, I know a lot of people were about the price. I mean, he could outprice himself. It's up to him. I mean,
right.
It's what he's doing. I think my biggest thing is again, LeVar's can do what he wants. Actually, you won't get you think you worth $495 a shoe? Okay, let's see who buys. I think there have been numbers between he ain't sold that many to he sold a nice amount.
They say the sneaker watch, they track all this stuff.
Right,
they say they sold about 230 pounds.
Okay, but if you think about it, if you shoe cost $50.
Well, what they saying? So what they're basically saying is 250 items were sold.
Right.
On the site. They don't know if it's shoes or hats or they don't know
it could be anything. T-shirts.
It could be anything.
Right. Which ain't bad. I mean, to be on your own guy.
I mean, it's their own brand.
I say like this. If LeVar do a couple of things, and I don't know if he's got the ability to do this, but if he comes out his first year and he has a good rookie year, let's say he makes all rookie team or maybe go for rookie of the year, whatever team. Let's say, I don't know if he got hops, gets into a slam dunk contest. And do all right in there, this shoe could sell. I mean, it could do some things. I mean, people, trust me, there are sneakerheads out there. You know what they sell. And if you get the first of a kind, that's something different.
The sneaker culture has always been about performance.
Right.
Think about the Iverson. The Iverson shoe got hot, especially after he crossed over Jordan.
Right.
When Jordan,
you a sneakerhead, that's why I'm throwing it out there.
That's what I'm saying. So when the Jordan 1s got banned, because he had them in a colorway that the NBA say no. That brought the
price up.
Brought the eyes on the shoe. So it's always about performance.
Right.
We look at Steph's shoe. Steph's initial shoe with his initial performance was a very good shoe. It sold.
Right.
Now, they don't have no good designer for his shoe, so his sales have been lackluster because, they can't get nobody designing shoe. I can't understand why they won't go higher. But all these people have come and gone from Nike who design shoes. Man, outsource one of these guys, man.
Under Armour, they kind of thick-headed, too. They're going to do what they want.
Right, but because Under Armour is really more about the apparel versus the shoe.
Right.
Like I say now, the Curry, it jumped initially, but like everything they've done since his first shoe, and to me, it's almost like how Reebok did with the Iverson. The first 2 or 3 Iversons were pretty good. Then they started going, but then they always brought it back to that first Iverson. When you got a good shoe, just right. That's the reason Jordan can continue to release the same shoe over and over and over again because you're going to buy it because of the look.
We saw it yesterday, people. We was at the auction for Mike Tolbert, and one of the items they were selling was some ones. What number were they?
They were Jordan 1s.
The first one, the Jordan 1.
But they were satin.
Satin Jordan 1.
They were satin.
And the starter price, let me just say, was 4 digits. Let me just say it like that. And it was signed by Jordan. So that's how it is. And that just makes sense. So we don't know what LeVar is reaching. My biggest problem has always been with LeVar is that when he started getting into other people and he trying to say this, when he got LeBron's kids and all that, I had a problem with it. And I still think he's putting a lot of pressure on his kid.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of things I don't like, but coming out with your own shoe, not a lot of people can say that.
Right. Right. I mean, control the market.
Yeah. And if you don't like the price, don't buy them.
The only problem I had with them this weekend, now that every time they're out, he has to have on that sneaker.
Got to brand it.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
People see you with the BBB logo.
Yeah.
You need the shoe on. Like, you walk around with Jordan's on and Adidas and all this stuff. I mean, what are you saying?
Yeah. That tell me I wouldn't buy them.
So, I mean, the thing, and so you did the commercial release. He had a pair on in the video release.
Yeah.
Wear those. So clearly it's a model that's out there.
Yeah.
Wear them.
And you know what else was funny about that? Remember when Harden was going through his Adidas contract?
Right.
They had to call, look, man.
They had to
wear
tell
them old
Harden.
Jordans.
They had to tell Harden, listen, you're not on Nike anymore.
Yeah,
Stop wearing those shoes.
We backing up a truck full for you to wear.
Right. Matter of fact,
day.
we'll cut the check. We'll cut off your funding and then see if Nike pick you back up.
See if Nike pick you back up.
Right.
Man. So, hey, man, our thing is, we'll see. You don't like the shoe, you ain't got to buy it. I don't know if I like design. I'm not a sneakerhead. What are your thoughts on the actual shoe, though?
It looks like the Kobe. So there's no originality to it. It looks like the Kobe 11s.
With just a brand on it.
Yeah, it's like they took the Nike logo off of it.
Wow.
It looks just like the Kobe.
Wow.
So, I mean, and again.
And trust me, people, when I tell about make sure we go anywhere.
Oh, yeah. You point the shoe out, I know it.
If we point the shoe out, make sure you're going to tell me so.
Yeah. Real sneakerhead over here for real.
What about $225 for slides?
Oh, that's ridiculous. Because you can get slides for $15. 25. You get a good pair of Nike slides for $25.
I think you get your own name for less.
Right.
Put your own name on.
I mean, Jordan charging $40 for slide. How you think you're going to go get two? But again, listen. If you high end and you think you can get that, hey, put it out there.
Put it out there.
Put it out there.
I saw something bought this weekend. I didn't think with that much, but hey.
Hey, man, shout out to them Yeezys I had my eye on the whole night. Buddy, hurry up, boss. Well, they gave him the mic, so.
Yeah, they gave him the mic.
Yeah, but he took them Jordans back, though.
He sure did.
He took them Jordans. He put them back in the backpack.
I'm going right back with those.
Yeah, I'm taking these back.
All them about these? All right.
Right.
When we come back, man, we're going to do our crushing interview with C.J. Stewart.
Let's do it.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Uncle Dan? Mom? Dad? If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them. I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to save.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Station. Let me know, man. The network. I'm impressed.
We're going to the Crushing Interview brought to you by ORC Software. The ORC team is committed to providing full lifecycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. ORC's motto is when a customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to orc.com. That's ORASI.com for more information. Maceo, please introduce our guest, sir.
Hey, man, coming to the microphone, man. Listen, you got to be some kind of special if you're an author and you got a bestseller out here in these streets.
You're selling books, man.
Living to Lead. Atlanta native, man. Looks so nice. He got drafted by the Cubs twice. Coming to the microphone, everybody, man. Your friend, our friend. Feel like you're my cousin because everybody in my family know him. CJ Stewart to the microphone. What's up, C?
Man, I'm excited to be here. Y'all are the real deal, and I have made it here.
You know what, man?
Mama, we made it.
We've been trying to get in here forever, man. I don't know.
We don't work. We work the king side. We work the king side. See, you got to always have that third part.
Yeah, we got to go through some people.
You got to know somebody, know somebody.
They get through some people.
No doubt, no doubt.
First of all, man, let me just talk about it. I heard about your organization, man. Talk to us about L.E.A.D, man. Talk to us what it's about, because, I love what it stands for, launch, expose, advise, and direct. Talk to us about it, man.
So I'm a son of Atlanta and product of Atlanta Public Schools, grew up on Hollywood Road, and developed this dream and passion of playing baseball from my grandfather. We would watch Cubs games in the daytime. I remember it on Beecher Street, having that loud air conditioner, and watch the Braves in daytime, and the Cubs in daytime, Braves at night. And people in the neighborhood would get so frustrated because I would watch the game and then go outside and practice. But it was like old school. It wasn't no batting cages, so you get a bunch of rocks, throw them up in the air.
Throw it up.
Hit
Yes,
them.
sir.
Yeah. And so I was crazy enough to believe that I could play for the Cubs, and I was fortunate, even though we didn't have a whole lot, but I was fortunate I was in Atlanta, home of Hank Aaron, Dr. King, and APS, so it all worked out.
That's great.
The passion for baseball. I've always said that if I could do it all over again, I would have stuck with baseball. Highly decorated, all that crazy stuff. What is it about baseball that our kids seem to miss?
So for baseball, you're going to have to be committed, and you're going to have discipline. It is not a sport where you can will your way to success.
True.
I grew up playing football over at CYO, played at Old National, and then I played at Westlake. And when I was at Westlake, probably about my sophomore year, I was beginning to realize that I was going to have to find an exit soon, because them dudes over there, they were really hitting hard, and I couldn't just go out to the field the next day and say, you know what, I'm going to run this guy over.
Right.
So baseball is just one of them things where you got to be committed, you got to have discipline, and that's what frustrates me the most with our decline, because our numbers being low basically say that we aren't committed and we aren't disciplined.
Well, that's the next question I got. When we did grow up, we did have a few players. It wasn't like the league was overrun, but right now it's like we're dwindling more and more and more. What are some of the things that you're trying to put in effect to get more kids tuned on to baseball?
So the first thing that I'm charged with doing is having a real conversation about race, and so inclusive of whites, blacks, and everybody. The baseball stuff is the easy part. We can figure out how to hit a baseball, but the issue is if you don't have a conversation about race, then the opportunities are gonna be shortened.
Oh my God, we finna go to town with this one here.
Okay.
With the sport, what have you seen being the biggest changes? Because at one point, like we all grew up at the park. We played park ball, and then we went to high school. Now you got travel ball, you have all this other specialized stuff. Has that been the difference in baseball?
It has, and I would raise my hand high and say that I'm a part of the problem. So when I got out of professional baseball and I started training, I started in East Cobb at a facility there called Sports-A-Rama, and didn't know what I was doing, but I had a halfway decent personality, and the parents liked me. So I became very popular, and I remember just saying to myself, just like, I cannot believe I'm making money teaching these kids. And so as I continued to get better and better, what I did, which is something I'm not happy with, and I'm having to bust my butt even now, just constantly apologizing. I got to a place where my success in Cobb County made me feel like I was too good to come back to the inner city of Atlanta. And so, but in addition to that, I was staying away from the inner city of Atlanta because I was afraid that black boys growing up in the inner city, had they asked me, hey, how did you make it? I really wouldn't know how to tell them. Now, with all due respect, TJ Wilson, he was that guy that was spending the time, spending the money and the energy, but I just didn't know the blueprint of making it happen. So just honestly, just not knowing what it took, I stayed away. But once I got to a place where I really understood how I was helping guys become successful in 2007, that's when we came back to Atlanta, and this is our 10-year anniversary. I know how to develop black boys, and that's my focus.
Is it between the counties, and for all those who listen around the country, there's where you were at Cobb County, with predominantly probably white players, and now you're down. What's been the biggest difference? Is it economics is a big issue, or what is it now? Or are you seeing a revival of baseball in the area, in the inner city?
We have a ton of players in the inner city, man. I mean, so many, but even with the amount, what they have to be afforded is the benefit of the doubt. And so I've got a lot of coaches that are at the college level that mainly are white, and I have very authentic conversations with these guys where they say that there's a feeling of doubt when they're recruiting black players with respect to their behavior, their commitment, and their discipline. I mean, even right now at the college level, you have new standards to get into school, new NCAA eligibility standards, but then you also have the academic progress report. So colleges are being penalized if their players don't graduate.
Right.
So you lose scholarships.
Right.
So if you're a black player coming out of the inner city of Atlanta and you don't have an advocate, and there is a benefit of the doubt, it's just going to be tough.
Well, you been up in the East Cobb area. I was fortunate enough in Lily. I got picked up by a team, and I able to play state tournament with East Cobb. The difference for me, I can remember it like night and day. I didn't have a bat bag. These kids had bat bags. These kids had multiple gloves. They went to where we would throw the ball off the wall and work on our field. And they actually had fielding coaches. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's the secret. Do you feel that a lot of our parents won't invest in the resources to make their kids better in baseball?
So let me again. So I was born and raised in the inner city of Atlanta. Spent some time in College Park. Graduated from Westlake. But just in Atlanta, for kids, especially if you are born into poverty, man, you are born with grit, discernment, and legacy. So with that being said, them three things right there, you don't need a specialized coach. What you need is commitment and discipline. So I got drafted twice by the Cubs, hitting rocks in the backyard, throwing rocks at a tree, and there's a lot of other people. Dunn Clendenin was a 1969 World Series champion with the New York Mets, graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, was recruited by UCLA, chose to go to Morehouse because Dr. King recruited him. So even though I charge money on my for-profit business to train kids, throwing that ball up against the wall, I mean, that's the stuff that we can do, and you got to have that grit, and that's what my book talks about. So part of the problem is the fact that too many kids feel the need to get specialized coaching, and they really don't need it.
Very interesting. All right, man, when we come back, man, we're going to have more with CJ. We're going to talk about some of the recent things as well. We're going to talk about what we're hearing from players that went to Boston, the recent thing about the racism part, and also how that may affect kids listening to sports as well. So stay with us, man. We'll be right back.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day. Football stadium. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org.
Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
I'm not.
M2.
I'm not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you gonna do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Uncle Dan? Mom?
Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
This is Judge Hatchett, and you're listening to The Crush on SSNATL.com.
Hey, man. So we're back. We're having a good discussion with C.J. Stewart, author and head of the L.E.A.D Incorporated. So we got a comment on our Facebook stream right now from Garrett Richardson. His thoughts is, baseball, I want to see your thoughts on this. Baseball is a game with a lot of laws and occasional action. We're in a time where our boys find more action and attention playing football or basketball, plus the cost to play is worth the investment in a lot of families' budgets. What are your thoughts when you hear things like that?
Oh, man. I mean, I'm biased. I mean, I played baseball. I mean, the reward, it just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. I mean, baseball is one of those sports where the money is guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And you can get a lot of it. And Jason Hayward is a client of mine who I started with at 13 years old. And last year, he didn't have quite the year that he wanted to have. And he is making a lot of money.
Yeah, he got a nice contract.
And he had the benefit of going through a minor league system to develop. And so I'm biased in that baseball provides that. So, you know, if you're not gritty, you're not, willing to make that commitment, I would say stay away from the sport. But if you are, it's one to be in.
So, how did you get to partner with APS to make baseball a focal point for our young black males?
So I think the thing that helped us in 2007 and still helps today is having a premise and a promise. Mm-hmm. And so our premise is that we believe that baseball allows us to not only develop future college and professional baseball players, but the leaders within our community. And right now, I'm a member of Elizabeth Baptist Church, and I have uttermost respect for our pastor, Dr. Craig L. Oliver, and we're producing churches across Metro Atlanta, and I would like for my ambassador to be a part of his staff. Mm. I would like for future mayors of Atlanta to come from L.E.A.D. And so the promise is that I'm going to continue to be here and use my network to advocate for them. And so if you are a young man that completes our program as an ambassador, you have a 100% chance of graduating from high school, a 95% chance of going to college, and 92% chance of going to college on scholarship. And that's impeccable from the standpoint of right now 60% of black males either will not graduate from high school on time or at all in the inner city of Atlanta. So I'm making a promise, making guarantees, and the premise is clear. It's unwavering. We're not going to change it.
Two-part question here. How many ambassadors do you have now, and what does it take to be an ambassador in your organization?
So right now we have 25. We serve 250 young men at the middle school level. And so we model our organization after the Navy SEALs. So our attrition rate is 20%. And we do have quite a few young men that do come out, but Amir Smith, who's in here with us, he's a sophomore at Morehouse College playing football and baseball, and he can attest to the fact that it's hard. I mean, we can't make it easy because outside of the baseball, we need people that can come and work for you all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things, especially when we look at a lot of the younger kids today. I just don't know if we have the confidence that they're going to grow up and be the things that we need them to be.
Yeah, we'll talk to him in a minute. We got you over there. We'll get you.
What led you to finally write this book?
I wanted to make sure that I knew my story. I spent so many years. I'm 41 years old now, and I would say probably up until about 35 years old, I felt like I was living the life of other people.
Mm.
And I had an experience going through Leadership Atlanta that really convicted me in a lot of ways and really pointed out a lot of parts of me that were really fake.
Mm.
And so, again, thank God that I was able to be at Elizabeth Baptist Church and having been around a good team of people. So as I started to put pen to paper, I said, you know what, here is my authentic self. Here's my story. I'm not ashamed of it. And so now when I go before CEOs asking for money to support us in our mission, the book leads the way. And so I don't have to feel nervous when I go in there because I know my story, and I'm sitting before a lot of people that don't know theirs.
That's how you write a bestseller right there, everybody. That's how you write a bestseller.
You got to be honest with it, man. When we come back, man, we got to talk to one of his ambassadors.
Yes, sir.
Stay with us, Sister Crush.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is John Legend. Hey, what's happening, man? It's the King speaking.
This is Jeremiah. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Gotta be.
Sensation Station Network.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey guys, it's your girl Brenna B. I want to tell you about something pretty amazing. My friends over at Buckhead Laser Lipo have an option for you. You want to lose those inches? You want to get in shape? Spring is here. Summer is upon us. We have a way for you to lose those inches quickly. Immediately see results. $99 is your first treatment. No surgery, no pain, no downtime, just inch loss. Who doesn't want to be in shape for the summer? Buckhead Laser Lipo, 678-871-0097.
BuckheadLaserLipo.com.
Sensation Station Network.
Radio to Atlanta.
Hey, man, we're back. Still doing our crushing interview brought to you by Oracy Software with our man CJ Stewart. Real quick, everybody who's got us on video, here's the book, Living to Lead, L.E.A.D, a story of passion, purpose, and grit. So we're going to make sure everybody sees it, make sure everybody gets a chance to review it. It's a hot seller, man. It's hot. I can feel it right now. Go get you one. But he going to sign that book before he leaves. Anyway, man, before we get that right quick.
I'm going to auction that thing off for $59.95.
Introduce one of your ambassadors for us, CJ, man.
So I got the pleasure of having Amir Smith here with us. He's he graduated from Grady High School, and he's now at Morehouse. He's a sophomore, playing football and baseball, and looking forward to all the great things he's going to do in Atlanta.
Welcome, Amir. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm good to be here.
To be a lead ambassador, what has it meant for you in your life?
It means a lot. Just my senior year, I joined L.E.A.D kind of behind the 8 ball. I didn't know about L.E.A.D throughout high school until senior year, when they was able to, add football players to their program. But it changed my life. It was a life-changing experience. It made me a better person.
Wow. Now, to play 2 sports in college, how taxing is that?
It's tough.
Especially more because Morehouse is a academic institution first and foremost. You got to get your grade, or Patillo will pull all your money. Yeah, we've had. We know Patillo get all his money back.
But just playing 2 sports, it's tough. You just got to have a lot of commitment. Just knowing. Well, for me, I think about the struggle growing up in the black neighborhood, not having everything. Just my mom raising me by her, herself, me and my little sister. So it's just like that's my motivation. So you got to have a motivation, something to push for.
I like one of the main words both of y'all use: commitment. I mean, you can't do anything without it. Has L.E.A.D helped you with trying to commit to things and making sure you stick with it?
Actually, my senior year, I kind of was rocky. I felt like I wanted to go to UGA. I had my mindset UGA was the place I was going to be at. But, everything didn't work out. But with L.E.A.D, it kind of turned my life in a different path.
Hearing that, CJ, and I've heard a lot of stories about you in these type situations. How does that make you feel knowing that your program clearly is working?
Man, I thank God for it because finally now I'm able to understand my purpose in life. And, Amir is just a testimony to just let me know that I'm doing God's work. The word passion comes from the Latin word suffering. And so show me somebody that's leading somebody that can't articulate what they're suffering from, I would say stop following them. And so my passion led to my purpose, which is to empower an at-risk generation to lead and transform the city of Atlanta. And so all of the struggles that I've gone through have given me the grit, which is the relentless pursuit of purpose. So when I hear that, it's just I'm saying, God, yes, I'm on the right tree in the right jungle.
Had one of our key sponsors want to ask, how can they order the book, man?
So you can get it from Amazon.com, and that's the best way and the easiest way to get it. So that's probably the easiest way to get it from Amazon.
Let me ask you, I always ask authors this. The first time they send you a stack of the books to the house, and you open that box and it's your work, what you wrote, how was that the first time you got to hold your book in your hand?
Man, it was awesome. It was surreal because, I don't have a college degree. So I am here even honored and just standing on the belief that I am working within my purpose. So the book was good because it really it gives me the benefit of the doubt. A college degree is very important. So Amir, please graduate from college.
Yes.
The book just gave me the benefit of the doubt. So just seeing it, I was very very emotional. And the ambassadors right now have started a process themselves that they're going to publish their first book collectively this fall.
Real quick, Amir, what would be the title of your book?
No pain, no gain.
I think I read that.
That worth the read right there.
Hey, man, we got to do it, man. We're going to put him in the hot seat.
We're going to put CJ in the hot seat. Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face. And posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you.
someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Station Network.
See ya. Time for the Hot Seat Hotline.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, man, we're going into that Crush Hot Seat. We're going to throw the question at CJ, man. See if you can answer them real quick, mate. So you want to start it out, man?
Sure. Life in the minor leagues.
Rough. Man, it was real tough, but you developed a lot of grit. So I've got stories in there in the book.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked you.
What was that pitch that was a little tough for you to get to?
The first time I saw Kerry Wood's curveball, which was probably about low 80s itself. So forget about, and then the 95 plus fastball, but that curveball, you heard it and you felt it before you even got a chance to hit it.
Transitioning from aluminum bat to a wooden bat.
You better be a man, and you better have some old school country hands, because that wood is very unforgiving.
Who was the one person when they read your book you was a little nervous about their review?
Oh man, my mom.
Yeah,
my mom. But hey, I've just this is my truth, and using my story to liberate some folks.
Should Andrew McCutchen leave Pittsburgh?
No, they need him bad. He's been there for a long time, and
ain't got no pieces around him.
Well, you better build around him. But I tell you what, I can't imagine they would let him go. But yeah, he was raised in that organization. So
your thoughts on what Adam Jones said about Boston?
It's dead on. For me, I talk about race, and so for him, the fact that it hadn't been talked about and it's been happening. That's where we have the problems to where it ends up being so polarizing. So I'm glad he spoke up.
Best baseball player you had the chance to play with?
Sean Livesey, first round draft pick with the Houston Astros. He's from Chicago. He's still here in Atlanta. He's coaching kids up, but this guy was amazing. He would go up and play, wouldn't even strap the batting gloves on, and I saw him take Kerry Wood's curveball.
He pogged it
plenty of times. He was the best.
When did you know Jay Hay was that guy?
13 years old. I'll never forget, he told me, he said, Coach CJ, he said, I want to hit a home run at Turner Field by the age of 21. And he said, from where I live in Henry County, he said a halfway point between his house and my facility was Turner Field. And he said he drives by it every time, and he said, I want to hit a home run there. And he was saying that at 13.
And he hit his first home run.
21.
Yeah,
wow. 21. Hardest part to get kids to understand about baseball?
Commitment and discipline. You get those two things. I believe it's context before content before the contest. So, we spend all of our time trying to teach them to put their hands here, their feet there. That's the content. And then we spend all the time playing the games, but we got to get that context right. So,
first time you hit a home run, the last question, how did it feel in the minors? I know you got one.
Yeah. Thank God. Finally.
Hey, man. That's our hot seat, man.
Hey, I was scared too. I think I did.
You did all right, man.
But y'all so cool with everything. I was a little.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're gonna stay with us. We're gonna take them into. I think we're going to the rundown next. So we're gonna take you into the rundown with us.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more, man, because this is important baseball, man. We love baseball here. Stay with us. It's the Crush.
This is Bobby Yoller from the Ohio State. I'm kicking with the Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. Okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Great leaders aren't born,
They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
We're going to that Crush Rundown brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Go to any Cricket Wireless store, go to cricketwireless.com to find out about all the specials they have going on right now. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. We're still here with our man CJ Stewart and Amir, playing in AUC, Amir, playing for the house, you know, getting them grades. I want to get that GPA already.
It's doing good. It is now. It is now. After talk with Uncle Patillo.
Yeah, we'll bring him back in here, man. We'll bring him back in here. But just talk about it, man. Playing, you know, for the house. You know, like we say, the house is about grades and all that, but they also have sports. Playing for Morehouse, how's that been for you?
It's been good. You know, a learning experience. Just like I said, coming out of high school, I was expecting to be at UGA or some D1 school, but I end up at Morehouse. Basically, you gotta have a grind. You basically on your own, like everything. You basically getting it out the mud.
But you do understand, like a lot of people don't even get that opportunity.
Yeah, I do.
Right?
I know. I mean, I got a couple homeboys sitting at the house like, you know, I wish I was in your city.
They'll trade with you in a heartbeat.
What we call them, we got a bunch of park legends.
Oh yeah, and I told you so.
I did this when I was 12.
Man, I used to be good back then.
Yeah. You're good now.
Those guys. Yeah.
So what I want to do is this. We still here with CJ, man, and Amir. What you got for him, man?
CJ, I want to talk to you about just the fundamental side of baseball. People don't really understand. It's repetitious, but it's routine plays. You take a school like Redan. You see Redan still in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about a program like Redan?
Redan is amazing. I mean, getting above the fundamentals, they have an amazing culture. Alex Weiss, great coach because he knows how to develop and maintain good culture, and that is one of the things that we're missing in the black community. We spend so much time again on the content that we don't do the things like the context and the culture. And so if you do all of that, I mean, just being athletic, I mean, when I define athleticism, it is being able to get things done even when you don't have the fundamentals. So I don't know all the fundamentals of golf, but there's no way in the world I'm going to be able to take 100 swings hitting that golf ball and not be able to hit at least 50 of them straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure that out. But yeah, amazing culture over there.
When you talk about the grind of baseball and the grit of it, well, let me ask you a question first. I heard Amir say that, are you allowing football players as well to be a part of the program, or is it all baseball?
It's now football and baseball. We allow football players.
And how has that been for the program to include them?
It's been great. I mean, again, it's one of those things where, you know, kids that are committed and are disciplined allows my system to work. And I believe that, you know, kids can have that. And I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I am saying that when we're out here on X amount of days, I expect you to be here, and I'm expecting you to be disciplined enough to take care of business when you're here. So oftentimes, football coaches, they, require a whole lot of time. But guys like Amir, as long as he remained committed, it's easy. Now, life for him was pretty good because you go play your football stuff and then just come play with us on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come out here on the weekends, you got to step up and you got to perform. And so he did a great job of that. So now football coaches, we work, really well together.
One thing, make sure we always talk about what sports allows you to do is one of the best things for discipline out there. People don't understand when we say we like for people to play sports. You see a discipline change because if you got a good coach who's really pushing you, because we've heard that from First T, we've hearing it from him.
Yeah.
No matter the sport,
the more you do, if you have to play multiple sports almost. It's like it just makes you a better athlete.
Yeah.
It makes you a better athlete, and then you don't have so much challenge in it. You give yourself options,
right?
And that's what a lot of these kids, they put the eggs all in that one basket. I'm just gonna hoop, bruh. You 5'11". Right. It's almost over for you, bruh. Who gonna sign a 5'11" power forward? Nobody.
Your crossover is horrible.
Yes. And you averaging 8 in high school.
It's horrible.
Where you going?
And you might be good out there on that field or that diamond, man. We might want to change it up though.
Man, Brenda Lester, she said she thanks the Lord for you, CJ. Say you instilled that character and discipline in these kids, man.
Yeah, Brenda, she was actually with us yesterday at SunTrust Park, and I spent a lot of time on Facebook, and I've developed a lot of great relationships. But I take this job very serious. It's my calling, and I'm just glad that I can stay focused. Even though the Atlanta United is coming in and causing some uproar in the sports world, I hope with the decline of players in baseball, I don't have to coach soccer. I'm gonna stick to sports one way or the other.
You probably could do it.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. That's it. See, it don't take us long. Which brings me to my next thing: getting a player to understand in baseball, you're gonna fail more than succeed. And like say, if you 3 out of 10, you're batting 300.
Right.
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
How hard is it to always drive that mentality into baseball kids?
So Lisa Baker, who made it happen for me to get here one time, I don't even know if she remembers giving me this quote, but she was telling me, and it's something I live by. She said, life is complex, but it's not complicated. And so baseball is very complex, but it's not very complicated. So as I'm preparing these guys, so from a hitting standpoint, can I just coach a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So in the swing, I created a very simple swing map. There are 7 parts of the swing, and it takes 3,000 reps to develop a habit. Now, that's just scientific. It takes 3,000 reps to develop a habit. So when I have my hitters, whether it's 5-year-olds or major leaguers, I've trained Andrew McCutcheon as well, Dexter Fowler, Andrew Jones, several guys. That's 21,000 reps right there to build a habit. So the habit is the next step, with talent being the first step. So you got talent, you got a habit, which is something you can repeatedly do without a thought, and then a skill is something you can repeatedly do without thought under stress. So talent is just not enough. So that's 21,000 reps to develop a habit. That's another 21,000 reps to convert that habit to a skill. So right now we're at 42,000 reps. So this is not just vague, hey, work hard. If you're not putting in 42,000 reps, and I don't care how many days it takes, you can do 1 rep a day for 42,000 days. That's just the science of it. Right. So for me, when I'm giving them that framework and the opportunities to train, and I say that you're going to fail 30% of the time, it carries a lot of weight because it's not just some cliches that I'm using.
Let me ask you this, 'cause I forgot to ask you on the hot seat. Did Griffey have the sweetest swing?
Griffey had the sweetest swing. He's a good friend of mine, too. This guy, it was just, and I actually got a chance to see him play even after not play, but take BP with an aluminum bat at the Wide World of Sports. And, man, he was parking these balls, yes.
I said, what, he was hitting them over to Space Mountain or something?
Wait, they got they got a parking area over there where Sherholtz and everybody would park that nobody could hit a ball to, and he was hitting them.
I couldn't imagine Griffey with an aluminum bat.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that about the reps, because he finished the same way every time. Every time.
The swing was the same. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Kelly Stewart. You should know that.
That's the missus.
She says thanks for the support. Did she pick out this outfit?
You know what? She had a lot to do with the red blazer.
Kelly, did you pick this out?
Yeah. Say no more. Say no more. Happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
Say no more.
Hey man, but just to see when you look at this when it's further down the road, what do you see your organization being or doing or have done for the kids that you're working with?
When I look, the only thing that I can see that I know is coming is we will develop future Dr. Kings. There are problems in this city that will be solved by ambassadors. And if you can lead in Atlanta, you can lead in the world. I see that. And so
without a doubt.
So I see future mayors, I see future police chiefs, I see future pastors, philanthropists. To the extent that I don't see it, I'll stop doing this, but it's going to happen.
Man, let me ask you this. Hearing CJ talk like this and knowing that you're in this program, got to feel pretty good to have a guy like this as a leader.
It's amazing. Just to see, the work that he put in for the city and just for everybody, all the black kids. It's just amazing.
So let me ask this, Amir. Mayor, police chief, what's in the future for you?
Hopefully a professional athlete. Hopefully.
It's funny because Amir wanted me to come watch him play football during the fall. Well, we were out there playing a bunch of our baseball games, so it was hard to come see him. But he would always come, Coach CJ, come see me. I finally got a chance to see him play his freshman year at Morehouse. And the first time this boy touched the ball, he ran one back. Wow. But that's what he had been telling me. So he is I think that he can come out of Morehouse and have an opportunity to even play for the Falcons or somebody. He's legit.
Wow.
I remember his high school career, so I remember Earth Wind always cussing him out. So, it's in it because don't nobody cuss like Earth Wind.
Yeah, legendary.
Shout out to Earth Wind, too.
Legendary. On all phases.
Yes.
Hey, man, we're about to take a quick break. Stay with us.
Now we come to the special feature of our program.
Sensation Station Network.
Hey, man, we're going to the second hour of the show, still streaming on Sensation Station Network Live and also broadcasting on WBOZsports.com. The second hour is brought to you by the College Football League. Registration is now open. The College Football League provides a high school feeder youth football and cheer program for kids K through 5 in Cobb County, Paulding County, Marietta City, and Roswell City schools. Go to cobbfootball.com for more information. We're finishing up our interview, man, in the rundown/interview. Because we got a guy here who we love talking to guys who affect the community like you're doing right now, CJ. If you haven't got it, go to Amazon.com, pick up this book, Living to Lead, a story of passion, purpose, and grit. For y'all who don't like to read big books, it's a nice, to-the-point book.
70 pages.
70 pages.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Y'all
scroll longer than that.
Y'all spend 3 hours on a day.
You refresh Twitter
to reading that. 70 pages, guys.
Put your phone down.
Read a book.
Read a book.
And don't tell me you got books on your phone. No, you don't.
Use that tool between your two shoulders.
Hey, man, we really thank you for coming in, CJ. Thanks, Amir. Thank Lisa.
The plug. Shout out to the plug.
She made it real quick, too. She like, you want them on? Hold on.
Sent bio and everything.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
That's what she do. But when you can you believe it sometimes?
Man, I can't. That's why, just sitting back and just talking with y'all folks that's, from Atlanta and getting a chance to talk about, my side of Atlanta where I grew up at. I get an opportunity to sit now with a lot of CEOs, SunTrust, Coca-Cola, and a lot of people, man. But I just love being in the inner city of Atlanta, northwest Atlanta, and hanging out. But it is hard to believe sometimes. But I feel like I'm doing the right thing.
That's what's up.
Shout out to them old CYO Red Oak battles back in the day.
Yes. That's what's
Go
up.
over to Gresham Park. We hit the ball across the street. They checked my bat twice. That's what Butch Wesley on. Shout out to Butch over there at Gresham Park. They stopped the game like, hold on, let's look at this batch, y'all.
Yeah, hold up.
No more Eastern Black Magic for them.
That was the bad.
Boy, man. See, they don't know about that Black Magic, baby. If you ain't have no Eastern Black Magic, hey, man, shoot yourself.
Yes.
You walk down. I play Little League for a little while. You walk down. I can't hit with nothing but that Eastern right there. But anyway.
I need that Eastern, baby. Your first Eastern was always that silver with the green letters.
Green letters on it.
That's your first Eastern. Then you graduate to the Black Magic.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, Amir, let me ask you this. What type of legacy would you like to leave for yourself?
I just want to be remembered, just not about sports. I just want to be remembered as a genuine good person all around, a loving dude, someone who always have everybody laughing, smiling, just a fun guy to be around.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that.
They can do that.
Do that. Cause you definitely left a mark on Earth, Coach Marlin. You left a mark on him. It's a wonder he ain't sent me no text yet. So I tell that joker to Earth Wind I got him.
Yeah, you can't say the rest. Can't say the rest with Coach. Yeah, man. So when you, CJ, anybody right now, who was the one player that you looked at? I know you talked about Hank Aaron, but was there a guy that you watched growing up that you were like, man, that's that baseball player for me right now?
Yeah, my guy was Eric Davis. With the Reds.
44.
Yeah.
44.
Eric Davis.
Man, that was my guy. I mean, he, with the Cincinnati Reds, I mean, they had so many black players on their team.
Them 90s were good, man.
So yeah, that was the guy that I spent a lot of time. I tried to hit like him, and then
you can't emulate that bat stand. No, you can't emulate that bat stand. Oh no, never understood how he could get that bat back through the strike zone because he held it so close, and he had to up it and then.
That's what you call what we call buggy whip bat speed. He had that buggy whip. You couldn't train to get it. I mean, you just had to have it, and he played with a lot of passion. And just, even with him coming from, because I believe he came from the same area as Darryl Strawberry and Crenshaw. So life for them was not easy. They played with a lot of passion.
You know who else had that too? Gary Sheffield.
Yes, he did.
Oh
my God!
I bet them bats would have it too.
You see how I light up when I talk about baseball, I see. Baseball was my freaking sport. I should have never thought playing.
Well, CJ, we appreciate you coming on again, man. Tell people where they can find about your program in the book real quick before we go to break.
So you can find out about us at L.E.A.D, the number 2, legacy.org, and you can get the book at Amazon.com. CJ Stewart, Living the Lead.
You just sold 2 books already.
And Amelia, we're going to keep an eye on you now. We know Patillo. We don't know your coaches. We know the AD, man.
Oh, no, I know Anthony Wainwright. I know everybody, boy.
We got eyes on you. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Tracy Hutchins with CBS 46 News. You're listening to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
And so a new American industry has been born. Sensation Station Network.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined. Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm place on a
I
cold
want to
day.
be a football
I want to
stadium.
be a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Y'all need anything else?
Sensation Station Network.
Really, Mace? Really, Glaze? Really, Crush fans?
This is the section of the show where we question the intelligence of our sports brethren. Y'all know it's Monday.
Oh, man.
Y'all know it's Monday.
Really?
And
really?
We've inspired you, but now we got to question some of these people out there.
Man, quick, first of all, shout out to CJ Stewart, man, coming through, man.
Excellent, man.
Very dope, man.
Excellent,
Appreciate you, bro.
Excellent, man. We love baseball. I'm just gonna say it like that, man.
Yeah, and my boy Kelvin came in. Shout out to Redan University.
Redan, what's happening, man?
Yeah,
what's happening?
They Elite 8, baby.
But we gotta talk about some of y'all out there we still question.
Oh!
Make sure start it off, man.
Really, Lonzo Ball and family. So y'all launched the BBB brand, and then y'all out here in the streets being photographed without the BBBs on, man. Y'all got on Jordan 8s, y'all got on Yeezys, y'all got on everybody who turned y'all down.
Who's gonna have somebody else's shoes on, man?
Really, Lonzo Ball and family, man. Y'all a company, man.
You gotta promote. If you gonna promote,
man,
man.
You not a business, man. You a business, man.
Yeah, like his boy go out there and wear some Jordans out there.
Really, the Ball family. But the Jordan 8s were fresh.
Oh, yeah, they were. Really, Kevin Durant? You talking that the NBA soft now? Kevin, come on, man. You $125, man. What you did back then in them days? They'd have knocked you on the floor. You push Robert Gobert, he faking and falling over, and now you talking tough. That's why we soft. Stop it, Kevin. We don't believe you. You need more people, man. Stop it. All these tough guys, man. So everybody tell me how tough they are, man. Just play the game, man. Your job is to shoot and occasionally go to the hole.
We don't believe you. We need more people.
Don't act like you're tough now, because you push him in the back, not in the front.
Brush your hair, Kevin Durant.
He pushed him in the back, Mason.
Brush your hair, Kevin
Did you
Durant.
see him? He didn't come in front and
I didn't
push
even,
it.
man, dog. He
pushed it from the back.
He's 6'11", 165, man. That don't count, man.
Talking about he talking tough now.
That don't count, man.
All right, Kevin.
That don't count, man.
What you got, man?
Hey, man, really New York Jets wide receiver Bobby Anderson. Who goes to Miami and get arrested? You're at the Rolling Land Music Festival. Miami it's all good in Miami. They ask you to leave, you resist, then you assaulting officers and all that stuff, man. Who goes to Miami to get arrested? Really, Robbie Anderson?
Yeah.
Good luck with that, man, because you're probably gonna end up getting cut now.
Yeah.
Probably gonna end up getting cut. So hope you had fun down there in Miami, bro, getting banged up.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck with that.
Really, Toronto, that's the best you had. You got swept, and you lost both games on your home floor by over 10 points. I thought there was some players there, Mason. Wasn't they in the East Conference Finals last year?
Who?
Toronto.
What did I tell you about Kyle Lowry, man? Dressed like Nino Brown. When the Carter got compromised.
And what's the Rosen you talking about? If we had LeBron, we would win. Really, Toronto?
Hey, man.
Y'all gotta just, come on, man. Go ahead, man. That's all I got for them, man. What you got, man?
Really, Maceo hurt. You really gonna try to defend Dez Bryant to Josh Norman, man?
Everywhere you go, man.
Like Josh Norman gonna really listen to that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, Maceo. Yeah. You just gonna argue with anybody.
If anything, you put fuel on the fire, you know that.
Right. So if Dez end up with no catches for no yards,
Cowboy Nation,
guess whose fault it is?
He adding fuel to the fire.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
But man, hey, listen, I ain't know Josh Norman was that tall.
Shocked me too, dude.
I thought Josh Norman was like 5'9". Josh Norman tall.
Yeah. So
he kind of shocked me. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm still right there talking trash.
I don't know what TV do to people, but for him, it looked totally different, man.
Right.
And really, Draymond Green.
Oh, Uncle Draymond. Really?
Draymond, y'all are blowing out teams every day, but now you're saying Cleveland need more competition. Y'all need more competition. There ain't no competition for neither one of your team. You got super squads, guys.
Draymond, why you worried about what's going on in the East?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, man, why you not watching One Tree Hill or something on Netflix or something? What are you doing?
Draymond, and then he's gonna say Kelly Olynyk is a what do they call those players? A rough player or a foul player? I guess you missed all those kicks you did last year to people.
You know, Draymond
a dirty play. You call him a dirty play.
You know, Draymond quietly dirty himself.
Yeah, that's
quietly.
How they say when we growing up, that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Right. Right.
Draymond, you ain't seen your film.
He throwing rocks in a glass house.
Yeah, that's Kelly Olynyk dirty. Then somebody, of course, one sports on Twitter, just happened to go find all his clips of him, his foot going up a little high on a lot of players last year. I don't know what Draymond. He must get bored, Maceo, because he loved talking and saying things. Last week is Barkley. I ain't no Barkley. This week is come on, Draymond. I guess you get bored when you up 7-0. You won 7 straight.
But it's like you trying to say, these guys have so much time on their hand, man. Yeah. Listen, go to Netflix, man. Go to Hulu. Man, catch up on some old shows, man. I'm still watching Melrose Place, man. Yeah. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, therapeutic.
Yeah.
Got anything else, man?
Yeah, man. Really, Josh Norman, man. You call Dez Bryant a front runner, Josh? Really?
I can't take him nowhere.
Hey, man, Josh Norman has some harsh words for my guy, man. He really don't like Dez Bryant.
No, it ain't no play.
No.
Make sure when you got...
He really don't like Dez Bryant.
When you got a beep talk on one side and a beep talk on... I thought him and Steve gonna do something.
Oh, but he low-key shaded Odell Beckham jersey up there, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna knock it off the side of the auction.
Josh acted all cool.
Nah, Josh a dog.
Yeah, but he a dog, man.
Yeah, Josh a dog.
We saw some things, man.
Yeah, Josh a dog, man.
Really, Manuel Glaze, could you not drop your mouth at somewhere like you ain't been nowhere last night? When you see an auction and items going for $10,000, can you not have your mouth open?
No, that went for 13.5.
I'm sorry. When you see auctions,
13 was a bad number. We can't leave the auction on 13.
13.5.
We got to go 13.5.
Can you act like you been somewhere instead of saying, oh, man, they pay what?
Same color T-shirt.
Like I ain't been nowhere, man. I was like, what? What's going on?
Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, man, the folks just live a different life, man. What was funny was the wife know more about football than the husband. The husband don't know what was going on.
Like, who would he got?
He was like, I'm spending $13,500 on what? Oh, okay, let me go smile for this picture.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we learned some things yesterday.
Hey, man, they just live by a different creed and code, man.
And we want to also, man, give a shout out. I know this really, but we're moving away from really for a little bit. To say the Spade Foundation, what they did yesterday, we talked about it. They paid off a car yesterday for a single mother yesterday who's graduated, got her things going. Wrote her a $7,500 check at the spot.
So pay off her car.
Paid off
right there on the spot.
I'm telling y'all, man, there are good people doing great things in places. You just got to go find it. Don't believe what you hear. A lot of players out there grinding. And the Spade Foundation, which stands for Single Parent and Developing Education, was great. They had us.
And a lot of those guys you never see on the news.
And Emmanuel.
And shout out to Luke Kuechly for never taking his hands out of his pocket.
But let me finish with my shout out. I ain't had to drink that much. But, then I said that. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's your girl Brenna B. I want to tell you about something pretty amazing. My friends over at Buckhead Laser Lipo have an option for you. You want to lose those inches? You want to get in shape? Spring is here. Summer is upon us. We have a way for you to lose those inches quickly. Immediately see results. $99 is your first treatment. No surgery, no pain, no downtime, just inch loss. Who doesn't want to be in shape for the summer? Buckhead Laser Lipo, 678-871-0097.
BuckheadLaserLipo.com.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Hey, man, we're back, man. And let me just say this, man. It's that time to do a little wide-out corner right now, baby.
Wide outs, baby. It's my time.
It's time to do a little wide-out corner. I'm sure you got something to tell the people, man.
It's my time, man.
What you got for it, man?
So, man, first of all, the Wide Out Corner is brought to you by the Love Collection by Liz, where we create natural body and hair products by hand with love. TLC will make you feel amazing. Take time to love on you. Made by hands with love. Give her a call at 770-714-7173. So, it was a fight that happened this weekend. If you listened to the Crush last week, I told you guys, do not order this fight. Do not order any more pay-per-view fights. Just don't do it. So, Canelo Alvarez, he beat Cesar Chavez Jr. Hey, man, it was never in doubt, man. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if you spent pay-per-view money, man, I feel sorry for your mother. I really feel sorry for her, man. Boxing purists, they witnessed how efficient Alvarez dealt with a fighter who everybody kept trying to say, oh, man, his height, his reach advantage. Hey, man, he showed that footwork and skill trump all that stuff. Chavez said post-fight, man, that speed and distance was a problem all night. And he lost all 3 rounds, man. I mean, every card had him down, so he was 120 to 108 on all 3 scorecards, man. Canelo.
He ain't win nothing.
Nah, he ain't win nothing, man. Canelo Alvarez landed blurring combinations to Chavez all night, man. He landed clean shots from start to finish. And that right hand, bruh. Anytime he wanted to land that right hand, bruh, he landed. Chavez, do everybody a favor, man. He got $3 million for this fight. Hey, man, just get in the promotions, man. Time for you to walk away from the game, dog. Because you've consistently declined every fight. So now they're trying to tell us they're trying to hype up this Alvarez Triple G fight. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, it's not going to be a good fight. But if y'all want to spend y'all money on pay-per-view, man, go right ahead. I'm still disputing the Mayweather Pacquiao fight on my cable bill. I didn't press record or whatever you do to order the fight. Yeah. I didn't do that. So man, boxing one more time. Hey man, I'm out of love with it.
You out of love with it, man?
I'm out of love with boxing, man. I got to find. Maybe it's time for me to look at MMA.
You know what though, man? Like,
maybe it's time.
Shout out to Lugo Boxing that I went to this weekend. You'll fall in love with it again, Maceo.
Will I?
The amateur sport of it, because it's still some grind. The one thing about it, man, I was watching the fight on Facebook. It just happened to show up the whole time.
Yeah, hey, man, and real quick, man, shout out to all you experts, the Fire Stick experts, y'all know all these links. Shout out to y'all, man. Listen, follow these people on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, man. They would show you how to get this stuff for free. But keep going.
So I was looking at it, man, and I was like, it wasn't nothing. I mean, Chavez living off his dad's name, and he was.
Living off his dad's name.
He really didn't put up a fight. He got tattooed. You know, Canelo he fought Mayweather, so he's been in those big fights before.
Canelo has been in big fights,
and
right?
Chavez, they were trying to build it, and when you hear somebody build a fight for a player saying his dad, I'm like, what about him?
Right, right.
You know they were trying to sell off of Julio Cesar. Right. They weren't trying to sell him.
And to me, it just seemed like Chavez is like, man, he good. Like, man, dog, listen, life has been pretty okay for me.
Because but you know what the difference? He didn't grow up like his dad.
Right.
His dad became rich, so that made him rich.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So when his dad was coming up, he was broke. So he had to put them hands together for real. Junior was coming up with a dad who had won over 100 fights.
Right.
Which was a different for him. But, you know, like I said, man, I probably won't never pay for a fight. If I see one, it'll probably be in the multiple ways that you talked about just a minute ago.
Listen, man, if you got a Fire Stick, man, follow. It's a few people you need to follow with that Fire Stick. They will show you the light, bro.
Because, I mean, boxing has a problem, and is that they don't promote well. Something's not right. And
they promote well, Glaze. It's not worth watching.
That's what I'm saying. They might need to go back to 1995 or something so people can start getting built.
They need to go back to Wide World of Sports.
They still charge you $59.95. I'm like,
right. Like, I shouldn't have to have cable to watch some of these guys fight. I should better turn on 2511 46 WTBS or something.
Cause y'all charge
TNT
$60 for fights that people are still paying.
Even if I got rabbit ears, I should be able to watch this fight.
Shout out to Hard Work though, man. I did want to hang out with you and your family, man.
Woo, boy! Hey, man,
Hard Work,
legendary videos, baby. I watch it for inspiration, baby. I watch it for inspiration.
I had a little hate in my heart, Hard Work.
Hey, baby.
But then I realized who you were, baby. Hard work ain't easy, baby.
Keep your hands off my loafers.
Hard work ain't easy, man.
Keep your hands off my loafers.
When we come back, man, we're going to jump into this NBA with Coach.
Let's do it.
Stay with us, Mr. Chris.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man!
No, sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
If you're looking for that ratchet, you're in the wrong place. It's the nation's urban internet station, Sensation Station Network.
Hey, man, we get into the NBA talk, man. We got our coach. What's up, Coach Lou? Coach, I can't take him nowhere,
man. Y'all up in the Queen City.
Hey, man.
Still acting like a fool up
Hey,
there.
man, people don't want no problems with me, man. Listen, I don't care who you are.
Josh Norman called you out from what I heard.
I'm bringing it.
That's what sources said.
Nah, sources wrong. Sources told him, let's meet in the parking lot. He lucky Steve, but we glad Steve Smith was right there with me, though.
We took him to Kennesaw State one time. He running in Darryl Green.
I gave Darryl Green the same business.
But then Darryl Green said, "Me when I called Dorsett."
Yeah, then I left.
He stepped him down.
I ain't talk about that no more. I ain't gonna talk about that, man.
You got caught in your feelings.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, we're gonna start this NBA.
I was like, yeah, let me take the picture.
We're gonna start this NBA section with a really Dwight Howard. Before Game 6, you're gonna be caught speeding.
This hasn't been a good homecoming for Dwight.
This has not been a good one, Coach.
At least he was moving faster than he was on the court.
Wow, Coach. Wow, Coach.
You go, Coach, with this. Bang, bang.
Bang.
Bang, bang.
I better watch out going to my truck today.
Yes, sir. Wow. Man, you got people in these streets, Coach. We're going to talk about this series. So, Coach, looks like so far, we'll start with this before we're going to go over the series. Cleveland sweeps.
Yeah.
You said, both of y'all said 5. We didn't get to 5.
No.
We thought Toronto was going to get 1 out, but when Kyle Lowry was injured and all that, it didn't look good for him. And this Cleveland team looks like they did flip a switch right now, Coach.
First of all, I got to say this. I can't think of a player to where he's in year 14, and he might be as good as he was as a rookie. I mean, he's shooting 56% from the field.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers are stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I give Chris Broussard props.
I mean, I just looking at it, Mace, man. The guy, rest helps him. And that's what the league is going to find out because he hasn't played but 8 games in, 27 days? That's good for LeBron and the team to get rest.
I think the most incredible thing about last night or yesterday was his post-game interview when he was talking about get back on the practice floor, the film that he got of Kyle Korver before Korver got traded over to Cleveland to understand where he gets shots because Kyle Korver was kind of playing that role I don't want to say Jesus Shuttlesworth, but he kinda in that corner like Ray Allen.
Time out, Coach.
What?
Go on to call it what it is, Coach.
What?
This guy's like a kid in the candy store. It's no pressure on Kyle Korver.
True.
No pressure, Coach.
but there the pressure is like with Steve Kerr and Paxson back in the day. When the best player on the planet give you the ball, you got to knock it in.
But, Coach, who can't knock down that wide open look? Coach, I can knock that down.
There are a lot of guys making 18 to 20 million. They can't.
Oh. Basically, we said when Kyle went, we was like, that.
Like, you just giving them a championship.
We're like, Atlanta, what are you doing?
Coach, this is the funniest thing about that.
Mm-hmm.
He getting a wide open shot. But then sometimes, okay, so at some point you're going to be like, okay, we got to start drawing the defense toward him just a little bit. Now J.R. Smith wide open, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you play this,
and then you got Mr. One-on-one buckets.
Yeah.
And we're not even gonna start talking. We ain't gonna talk about him.
Kyrie. That's when it get unfair. If the outside shot go in, it gets unfair after a while. It's like, cause you gonna double Kyle, you gonna double Kyrie, you gonna double LeBron. Okay, cause Kyrie is doing. And Tristan look like the old Tristan right now. I'm just in there beating up on these old guys, getting my boys.
Just get your boys. Just get
my
do
boys.
What you get paid $18 million to do. Go
Get it
get
back out.
rebounds, play defense.
Get it back out and let them do what they do.
Run and put your head on the rim and post up. Cause the defense to collapse. Cause wide open shots.
Now, I thought I wasn't going to ever say they would. Like I said, I'm on record as saying LeBron would never win another title. I did say that. But, Coach, it looks like until he decides to check out, I mean, he can make a run.
There's that team called Golden State. I mean, they got stat sheet stuffers.
But I looked at it, Coach.
Shooters.
And they do. And that's the thing about it. But you've said something during this season.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how you're going to beat him in 7 games.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's going to be 2 games he's just going to absolutely take over because he has proven everybody he's the best player.
And we know what's going to happen. Draymond's going to jump him because you can put Kevin Durant on LeBron. So Draymond's going to get him. And then
Kevin Durant a mismatch problem right now, though.
Yeah, LeBron will give him a run.
Just saying.
I can see LeBron checking him. But Kevin Durant is going to be a problem. But what I got to see with Kevin as well, with all Golden State great player, how you act in a 7-game series in the final? He's been in 1.
This is where their lack of a front court could come back and hurt Golden State. Because you can put up, you got Mr. One-on-one. That's what I call Kyrie.
Buckets!
Mr. One-on-one. He's buckets. So, I'm not even going
But Golden State they have to decide that, you know what, we're not even going to, Steph, don't even worry about him.
Steph, you got to go somewhere.
Don't even worry about him. Go guard anybody else.
I'm not going to even talk about it because it's premature right now.
It's very premature,
Coach Mason. Really? Y'all can go there.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. Because
anything can happen.
Because Houston may present a problem to Golden State. Maybe.
First of all.
Maybe.
First of all.
I'm just saying, y'all, they got to play the games, Coach. You just said we ain't going to count the chickens for the hatch.
First of all, I couldn't believe the amount of straight line drives Houston was getting last night.
All them big men for San Antonio.
Coach, you know what I truly believe, Coach? Certain points of games, Pop just give up. He just be like, you know what? All right, we'll just go play Game 5.
I'm not going to say that.
Coach, clearly. Coach, he set the starters down midway to third.
They were down 20s.
But, Coach,
he don't give him a chance to fight.
One bucket at a time, Coach. What happened to one bucket at a time?
Sometimes you got to lose battles to win wars.
So let's talk about a couple of series.
Okay.
Boston, Washington. It's 2-2 right now.
Can't figure it out.
Who's playing better basketball right now?
First of all, John Wall's starting to make that signature move.
Yeah.
To where
I've
been telling everybody John Wall night. People told me I was too
easy. Yeah,
I was too early to put him in my top 5.
I mean, with the ball in his hand,
second to Kyrie. With the ball in his hand.
He might be fast.
Wow.
He might be fast. Man, you know
what Wall does better? He's so stronger though. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah, he's a bigger
guy. So when he go to the hole, he can take and put a little punishment.
Because he's going coast to coast, and he left hand dunked on a couple times.
Right.
Yeah, we saw it here.
As I got J Mac checked in, Golden State don't have the bench that they used to have.
That's what I said. Front court players.
Yeah.
And I looked at this team, and Maceo said it a lot of time about Cleveland. You bringing Darren Williams off the bench.
So unfair.
Amon Shumpert, Kyle Korver.
So unfair.
I mean, that's what you bringing off the bench for them now.
But again, most people have a significant drop off when your starting point guard come off the floor.
They don't.
Now you bringing in another. I mean, now he was a perennial all-star minus the injuries.
Jalen Rose said it best the other night. What were they? Cleveland was Noah's Ark. They got two of everything. They got two of everything.
That's a goal.
That's what he got. I mean, that's what they got.
If you do it, you bring on them, and then you put on the channel, and then you still got LeBron or Kyrie on the floor. Cause you can put Kyrie at 2 now.
Marla say, he say John Wall got that. He got that yo-yo handle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, John. But what was good about John, it like it clicked for him. It like John, you got everything.
Listen,
what do you call that thing? That tube between women?
The tube between your two shoulders, baby. But you know what has happened in this series more than anything. He has played good all season. We're finally getting to see him play
consistently.
Yeah.
You know, NBA again, TNT next year. Man, let's get some Utah games.
Yeah, let's see some
we don't need to see Golden State 82 times.
New York shouldn't be on TV 15
The
times.
Knicks should never be on TV.
Y'all had
never
15 times. I know you were talking about all the New York. Like,
I don't care if it's the Mecca.
I got a question. What are we going to do about our team?
Blow it up.
I want
Coach, blow it up.
I want to talk about that too, because
blow it up.
Between what they've done now, and we're gonna talk about when we come back from break, the Hawks.
Bye, Millsap.
Ooh,
bye.
We gotta talk about it, man.
Who we gonna get?
It don't matter. Bye.
First, you gotta find out who's gonna be the GM. Man.
Draft.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is University of Georgia linebacker Demetrius Douglas. You're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Sensation Station. I'm in the zone, man. Network.
I'm impressed.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier. There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?